Hey parents, this is Claudio Martinez from Cyberd Elementary School 2-3 Combo, and I've had a couple questions about how to log into certain programs. So the biggest thing that I think is a problem is that people aren't logged in to their Google account. So one thing to check is to make sure that they are. So if I come up here to the circle on Google, you should see your account. So this is mine as the teacher. So it says Google account, and it says my name, and it says my email address. For the students, it should say their name and it should say their district email address as well. If that's good, then you're good to go, and you can go to Google Classroom, which I'm already at right now. So once you're at Google Classroom, to join a new class is to go up to the addition sign, and once you put on the addition sign, it says join class or create a class. And you're not creating a class because you're not the teacher. You're going to join a class. So you click on join class, and it asks you to type in your code. So if you're going to join Mrs. Wright's music class, which is the only one I'm asking you to join right now, then you're going to type the code from your daily assignments that I gave you for technology, and it should be right there. Okay. After that, you put join, and you're good to go. Okay. So I'm going to cancel. I'm not joining any class. Most of the issues that I've gotten, other than adding the music class, are usually from the math programs that we're having right now. So if I go to Math Fact Practice and go to classwork, I have some programs already open, but you're going to see these assignments everyday resources. And so the first one that I want to go into is Reflex Math. Now, Reflex Math and Next Gen Math are the two most important programs that I have for math practice from home right now. There are other programs here, but I want you to use most of your time, extra time, on Reflex Math and Next Gen Math. Next Gen Math is actually, both of these are both of your Give Me Five. So Reflex Math, to log in, here's all the information you'll need. It's going to take you to a student login. And once it opens up, it's going to say student login. You're going to type your teacher username. And if I go back to Google Classroom, it's right there. It's Cybert5 with a capital S. Mine's already saved, so it's going to pop up, but I'm going to type it anyways. Cybert5 has to be spelled correctly. You click it on there, you click go, and it's going to take you to classes. And the demo is for me, and that's for me to practice and to kind of do what you're doing. You are actually in a class. So whatever classroom you're in, which for right now for this year is 2019 and 2020, you're going to click on that, Martinez 2019-20, or whatever classroom you're in, if this is in the future and this is a brand new classroom. But for right now, these are the students in my classroom. You're going to pick on your name. I'm going to pick on my friend Jonathan there, and you're going to type your password. And again, if the password is going to be your lunch number. So you're not going to type in your first initial and your last initial. You're just typing the 6 numbers. Okay, so whatever those numbers are, you're going to type it in there. If you don't remember it, you should, because it turns out in your computer with your 2 initials. But if you have any questions, you can just send me, and I'll a message through Parent Square or Google Voice, and I'll send you your 6 numbers. But you should have memorized them by now. Once you're inside, and I'm not going to log in as my friend here, but once you're in, Mr. Krabs will come up and he'll lead you through this, or Rabbit might lead you through it. I haven't played with it or practiced with it as much as you guys will. But it's going to run you through some tests. First of all, it's going to see how fast you can type the numbers with your fingers on your keyboard. The second most important thing is going to figure out which math facts you know and which ones you don't know. So if you get it wrong, it's okay. If you get it right, it's even better. But it's going to test your knowledge, and it's going to pull you through its little assessments, and it's going to see what you know and what you don't. So it's very important that you do your best to type as quickly as you can and to get those questions right. As soon as that practice is over, it's going to it's going to give you a chance to play some games, and you're going to have to unlock those games with your practice. Um, you practice those games, you try to get them right. It's going to teach you about fact families. So if you're in second grade, you're going to learn and make sure that you master addition and subtraction. And once you're done with that, second grade, if you can test out a reflex math for addition and subtraction, then I'm going to put you in multiplication and division, and we'll get a head start since you're pretty close to third grade anyways. If you can master addition subtraction, might as well put you in the future into some head start multiplication division practice. For third grade, you got to know your multiplication division right now. And we should have mastered addition subtraction, and I can only give you one area to practice in. So you're on multiplication division. So once you test out of uh, multiplication division, I can set you back on addition subtraction. But really, we should have mastered that already. Hopefully, you have, and we can get you moving forward in multiplication division. That has to be strong into fourth grade and higher. Okay, practice. You want to make sure you get your green light every single day. Your green light is telling you you've had a good amount of practice. You can practice more, but at some point after the green light, it's going to say you've had enough practice for the day and you need to do something else. And it's going to kick you out. Okay. I know there's an extra feature of this that you guys really love, just like Prodigy, and that's your avatar. You get to create one at the beginning. And I know you want to earn credits and you want to change your avatar and do that, but that's like the last thing that you should do. And so I highly recommend and give you instruction to mess around and change your avatar after your green light. You got to get that green light first before any avatar or any other thing. So make sure you get your green light every day. The math facts are like the ABCs of reading. If you don't know your ABCs and the sounds and how they all work together, um, you can't read very well. So if you don't know your math facts, it's going to make all the other math things that we're going to do extremely difficult for you. So get those green lights every day and test out of reflex math. Okay. So I'm going to close reflex math right now and go to next gen math. Okay. So next gen math, again, it's part of our district programs. So you're going to have to make sure that you are logged in. And if you're in Google Classroom, then you're logged in. You're going to go to Clever, the Clever hyperlink there. And it's going to take you to your page. And your page is going to look a little different from mine. And this is the teacher page. But I'm going to go to assignments on mine. It might look different. It might take you automatically to assignments. And once it's loaded, there's a new thing that they added. This thing called home lessons. Now, if this is clicked on, that means it's gray like it is right now while I'm hovering over it. If this is clicked on, you're going to see a lot of second grade assignments. And I have second grade and third grade, so two different classes in one. You're going to want to make sure that that is turned off. It should be white, just like the rest of these buttons up here. Okay, so make sure that home lessons is off. If it's off, then you should see only the assignment for that week. I've timed them. So you see all the assignments that I've built for second and third grade over this last week. And you should, as a student, you should only see the week that you're on. Okay, after that week is done, it's gone. So you want to make sure that your practice is being done every week on this. Okay, so when you log in, you should see April 14th to 17th if you're on the first week. If you're on a different week, then it'll say the new dates and it'll say 4.2 or 4.3 all the way up to 4.6 right now. And that's fourth quarter, whatever week you're on. So fourth quarter, first week, fourth quarter, fourth week. When you go to the practice, let's just open up second grade right now. You're going to take your test. You're going to take it, and after you take it, it's going to give you a score, how well you did. So if you didn't do very well, then you're going to want to make sure you go back and click on it again and retake it. You're going to take that test over again, and you want to make sure that you're getting those ones that you got wrong correctly. So spend a little more time in it send me a message, hey, Mr. Martinez, I'm having trouble on, this week and this problem. And if you can take a picture and send that to me, that would help me out a lot because mine doesn't go in the same order as yours, and I can help you out. But you need to make sure that you're retaking it if you haven't got 100%. Now, if you got 100%, then that's a different story. It doesn't mean that you don't stop practicing it. You retake it again and you continue to try to get 100% on the retakes. So if you did very well the first time, then you should be able to do it very well the next couple times. The important thing is that every time you retake it, I believe it's going to change the words and the numbers, and you're going to have a different test that next time. So you want to make sure that no matter what numbers or whatever vocabulary words they're putting, language that they're putting in there, that you are able to be successful all the way in all of your practices and get that 100%. Okay, so that's next gen math. Okay, and close that up. And the last program that we have been having trouble with is Prodigy. So here's the information again, the directions, the class code is right there. And it's going to get you through a placement test unless you've been using a different account. Now, if you've used a different account before and not my classroom code, then I have no way to know how to get you into your old account. Okay, so the best thing you can do is I know if you had an old account, it kind of stinks that you lose whatever it is, but you should be able to earn your points back. But you go to Prodigy Game, and this is where it's going to have some trouble. You're going to log in, not sign up. And this is where the area is that we're having trouble. People are using this. Do not use that. That's if you have your own account at home. It's not a school account, whatever way you signed up before. You want to sign in with your Google account. This blue button here. Okay, this blue button is going to sign you up as a with your Google account that's logged in up here. Again, you have to be logged in. You're going to put Google, and it's going to ask you who you are. And for right now, I'm going to go in as my friend, Jonathan here. It's going to take a little while. It's loading. And once it's loaded up, it should open. And it says new teacher. And if you are trying to add my class, which you are, you're going to go to update. And it's going to ask for the class code. So you can come back over here to Google Classroom. You can get that code, type it in very carefully, F94830. F94830. Oops, I got to click in there first. Make sure you do that. F94830. There, it's there. I'm going to go back to make sure it's the right code. F94830. F94830. It's good to go. So I'm going to click next. And it says you were added to a new class. You're going to say OK. And there you are, ready to go and to get your math skills going on. And like I said with Reflex Math, I know there's a avatar building system in here. You want to get your practice in and earn your points so you can be the most powerful one here. I don't know if it tells you if you've had enough practice or not, but when you're done with your practice for the day, then go change your avatar. Don't do it at the beginning. You want to get your practice in. That's the most important thing. And I'm looking at my list right now, and it looks like that is all of the questions that have been asked to me for different programs. So I hope that helped. And let me know with Google Classroom or Google Voice or Parent Square if you have any more questions or can't get into certain things. And if you can take a picture and send that to me through Parent Square, then I can really see what's going on. Okay, so I hope that helps. Take care, and I'll check you later. All right.